Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review. Tonight, it is the fan forum. Lots to get through tonight. Lots of interesting stuff going around. We'll look back at, of course, the fantastic victory over Nottingham Forest and the build-up to the Brighton game, as well as certain players being mentioned today. This is the Toon Review. Yes, good evening, one and all, and welcome to Fan Forum Night. We've got a whole array of, people to come in tonight. Some we welcome back. Some, as in Paul Sales, who've just returned from prison from his dodgy dealings. Now, tonight is going to be very interesting. A lot of stuff to get through tonight because of what's gone on during the day. Now, obviously, I did a video earlier on today, Billy, which has had a massive reaction, over 10,000 views, which is incredible. Of course, Paqueta. Finally, we were able to talk about it because it officially gets linked. But as usual, you get the people saying, "Oh, it's only one person saying it." Well, it wasn't actually; it was 3 or 4 journalists who, when it's just one, fair enough. But when it's 3 or 4, you kind of look at it and you think, right, yeah. And there's maybe a reason for this, Billy, because it looks like James Maddison's gone dead in the water. And obviously they're now targeting Paqueta.
Yeah, I think James Maddison's been priced out of the market for us. So we're looking for alternatives. And now I'm under a bit of pressure now because I did say if he was to leave, Leone come to us. So let's hope he's watching. Lucas,
yeah, you're in a bit of a John Sinclair situation, Billy, because, of course, with him, John saying Botman wouldn't arrive. But you pretty adamant that he will come to Newcastle United should he decide to leave, Leon. But we'll go through a few comments before we get the guys in. Jamie says the heat is killing me off. Julie says good evening all. Welcome to the Toon Review and keep comments in the chat and respectful, etc. Click the like button, subscribe and join our family. Gary, good evening Toon Review family. Good evening everyone in the chat. Steph says I get disappointed when I think the show has started and I've in fact still got 10 minutes wait. Well, you haven't got to wait anymore, Steph. We're on now. Apocalyptic Workshop, good evening. Glenn Newhouse, evening all. Just finishing up on the Ark Evolved, or whatever that is. Oi Savaloy, says Stephen. Good evening, Rachel. Dublin Magpie, who is in the green room tonight. He's making a welcome return. Julie J, good evening. Carl says, been an accident emergency all afternoon. Turns out a Dyson ball cleaner isn't what I thought it was. Oh, dear. Dear. We have a new member, Munkyle. Welcome to the members club, my friend. Thank you for your support on the channel. Everyone's saying hello. Clarky says Man United have just signed Nico Kranjčar on a 10-year deal. Wouldn't surprise me. They are really up the spout. Up there one says hi all, the Toon Review, Mod Squad fans and chatters looking forward to another good night. Evening guys, and try to keep cool in the heat wave. Kamal, good evening. V, good evening to you. Troll says, got heckled friendly by a kid today. He told me to take off my NUFC shirt. He was a Man U fan, so I said, who won their first match? Just banter from me, of course. Yeah, the entitlement is mental. It really is. Spacebar, good evening. Larry, get Paqueta in. Well, hopefully we are on the way to doing that. Carl Freeburn, thanks for a very quick £6.10. Appreciate that super chat, matey. Thank you. Travoy says, I've been saying for 2 months that we will go for Paqueta. I follow Brazil, and this guy is 1,000% what we need to evolve as a football club. I would have loved to have Maddison. This is a game changer. Good evening, Paul Galland. Hope you're well. Pilo Keith, evening all. If we sign Paqueta, and if he, Bruno, and J7 are picked for Brazil, who would you support in the World Cup?
England.
Yeah, of course it would be England. Alvin Messenger, thank you for $10 super chat. He says, good evening, Paul and Billy. Keeping my fingers crossed we get both Lucas and Dieng. What do you think about this young Dieng kid, Billy?
Not seen much of him. Love his name, though. Bamba.
Bamba.
Must be University Challenge. years ago.
Yeah. Bamba, God, Evening, George. Hope you're well. Fingers crossed we get Paqueta. I mean, Billy, Paqueta would be such a signing, wouldn't it? I mean, he is absolute quality.
And that
dare I
little
say
link
it, a
up,
touch better than Bruno because,
Well, yeah, he does all of the attacking end of the pitch, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But he's got a fantastic understanding with Bruno as well. Even if you watch some of the old Leon videos, they've got such a kind of sixth sense where they know where each other's going to be. If they can recreate that for us, God, we're going to score bags of goals. Or we're going to create lots of chances. Depends who they're passing the ball to score the goals. If it's Chris Wood, then maybe we won't. But
yeah, and we could
if
also
it's Bamba Dieng, maybe we will.
Yeah, and of course we've got to hope that Bruno will be rabbiting. If we have made an approach, or we do make an approach, then hopefully Bruno will be in Paqueta's ear constantly, absolutely constantly, getting him to sign. It would be a fantastic addition. Oliver B, we are United. Welcome back to the channel, matey. Thank you for your $8.99 super chat. Really appreciate that, buddy. Brian says, good afternoon, everyone. Now back to work. Oh, dear. Oh, I don't envy you going back to work. Hello to all. Have a great show. Peeps, says Rene. Every time I read his name out, I think of Hello. It's like, oh, Rene.
You stupid woman.
You stupid. I was pissing by the doors. The Madonna was the big bubbies. All that kind of stuff. I've had a lot of arguments on various Newcastle United fans pages about Paqueta, but I hope we sign him. Yeah, I think we do. Evening, Thomas. Hope you're well, buddy. Right, let's get the rabble in. We got Mason, Ryan, Dublin Magpie. We got the offshore powder dealer. We've got the King of Qatar, Jack, and we got Ian. Good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
How we doing?
What's
good?
Good. Yeah, Roy, we'll come to you first. Obviously, you watched the match over there, seen some of the photos, and very, very good performance on the opening day of the season.
Yeah, it was them. I was actually shocked. I've never seen them play this good for 15 odd years.
Yeah.
And you still had that small feeling, we're going to keep wasting those chances one after one, and then first they're going to score any minute here. Thank God that we got the job done. I think they only had one shot on target in the last 5 minutes, and that's all.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
It was a very accomplished performance. Paul Seals, you were there. I mean, it was literally a controlled performance from start to finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It seems to be a lot of togetherness kind of thing. Like we're a proper group of lads that want to play together.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best matches I've seen for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it was the way we started the game. We were on the front foot straight away. Ryan, it was nice to see, first game of the season, it was a dominant performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's no way we're going to end that game without 3 points, and eventually it was coming, and it did. I remember kind of yelling at my TV back there like we weren't putting our chances away. And as I'm talking, I'm like, why are we wasting our chances, blah, blah, blah. And then I just see Shar like absolutely blast one near post, and like sometimes that's needed when you can't break a team down, and it's good to see because floodgates just started opening as soon as that happened.
Yeah, it took something special, Jack, to open the scoring, but it was pretty special when it did fly in.
I mean, it's not the first time I've seen it, is it? So it's good to have take a trip down memory lane to see it once again. They're one of my favourite goals, and for a centre back to do that is quite special. It's like having a new signing, really, because I mean, thank God we've extended his contract because he's a fabulous defender, and if we can keep that going, we've got a brilliant defence for the season.
Yep. Dublin, welcome back to the fan forum, matey. Long time no see.
It's good to be back.
Did you see the game?
Oh, I thought it was savage. It was great. They couldn't get two passes together. We were pressing like mad. Didn't give up on anything. Playing as a team again, and just the atmosphere was hopping. It was great.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? I mean, Mason, it was just one of those games that we had to win. It was important. And Eddie came out at the start of the game, in his press conference, and said that he needed the players to thrive on the atmosphere, but not get carried away with it. And that's exactly what they did.
Oh, definitely. It just shows you where you were up for it. That they've come back in the Premier League after 23 years. They weren't up for it. Midfield, shit. And just shows you. I don't know how they want to have that midfield this season. Like, I'm sorry, especially with a greedy cunt and a ginger little bastard who was knackered after 75 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I actually thought Colback played quite well.
He's still a dirty
for Forest. Well, he is, but look, I think we just have to admit that he's there to do a job for Nottingham Forest, whether we like it or not. He does it very well. And he outpaced Fraser in the last 10 minutes, and that says it all for me. Just how much pace we lack sometimes when we've taken certain players off. But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, the goal itself. Billy, we've talked about it loads of times. The first goal, but the second one was a quality finish as well, wasn't it?
Oh, outstanding! How he's bent his foot around the ball to flick it in with the outside of his right foot past Henderson. Phenomenal. And all game I've been saying to him, go near post, and getting annoyed with him actually, which is hard for me and Wilson, because I love Wilson. It was all investment for when that one time when he did go, Newcastle wasn't expecting it. He got a split-second goal. And that's what lethal goal scorers do. Proper Fox in the box with a bit more added on top as well. But what a striker he is. What a striker he is.
Absolutely. Dylan says the Paqueta news isn't reliable. Well, as I said, if it was one person saying it, then fair enough. But 4 or 5 people saying it, there must be some sort of smoke there. Listen, it might not happen. And we've said all along through the summer that Paqueta may not come to Newcastle. A lot of other channels, etc., are just going, who's that?
Someone just say "YI" in the background.
Sounds like Oz.
Is that who's shouting that in the background? I reckon it's Jack's father, me.
How did you guess?
Yeah, there you go. I ain't stupid, man. I ain't stupid. Oliver says, "Thanks, Billy, for the chatting on block. You know what I mean. Love you guys. Yeah, don't worry about it, Oliver. All sorted." Tony, I'm not reading that out. It's filthy. Evening, Paul and Billy. Fantastic news about Paqueta. Yeah, it is. Look, even if he doesn't come, right? It's a fact that we have finally been linked to him, and we can finally start. Just believing a little bit more. It's not to say it's going to happen. We will just have to wait and see. But unfortunately, you still get the negative Noras. People were calling me negative for writing Paqueta off completely. Yet now I've done a video on him, and people are still coming at me saying, what are you doing? I've done it because 4 or 5 sources have reported it, right? So, and at least 3 of them, I think, are very, very good reporters. So that's just the way it is. Like it or lump it. Simple as that. Oh, God, we've got him joining us. Stato, good evening.
Stats.
Evening.
Now, you seemed a bit of an angry man when you messaged me just before there, saying you were coming on tonight. Is there anything you need to get off your chest?
Well, it's just because it's been very busy today, isn't it? With the kit change and the potential third Maddison bid, which I didn't bother retweeting because the source was negligible, and then the Dieng and the Paqueta stuff. So there's a lot of news. Thought it would be weird not to at least show my face. But yeah, I don't know what you guys have mentioned so far in regards to all of that. But
just a couple of negative Noras saying the Paqueta, the news is unreliable, etc. Which
well, I mean, it's a couple of real journalists this time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
More than likely than not, got different sources than each other. So it's more than we've had in the past. So we'll see how it goes.
I mean, Ryan, you've been very skeptical of reporters over the last few weeks. I've noticed with your little sort of posts here and there about how are you feeling on it? Does it, the fact that more than one reporter has said that this is a possibility, and that there's no official bid gone in. All it said was that we are going to push to sign him.
I think for me is that when multiple journalists come out and say something, like it gets me a bit more excited. For me, I'm just waiting for Sky to come out and say we've bid, like as like the fact right there, just like what we did with Madison. I think when that comes out, like that's when the hype train goes well.
So you weren't sure. You messaged me straight away, like,
I asked true? Alex, I'm like, is this true, man?
Like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, like it's good now because there's actual reports. Because like over the last like month or so, like people in comments, Twitter, every like bit of social media platforms, like people, like it's more of a fan choice and opinions that say let's get him, he's coming and stuff, rather than these journalists that are supposed to know and should know come out and say something. So it's a bit better. I think if there's nothing by the end of the week and like nothing like expands on what it is now, I feel like maybe it could be dead a bit. I don't know. It's hard to say, but we'll see.
The thing is, Billy, you'll allude to this. We think things are going right down to the wire. We think things are going right down to the transfer window deadline day. There's always that one deal that starts picking up pace halfway through the window and then ends up going right to the last minute. Paqueta could be that guy. It literally could. I would hope that. I mean, I mentioned in my video that I hope it didn't start a domino effect. If Newcastle seem to be making a move for Paqueta, does that bring in Manchester City? Because Bernardo Silva has agreed terms now with Barcelona. I don't know where Barcelona are going to fit him in, or how they're going to afford him. I just don't understand what's happening in that football club. However,
Bernardo Silva would be a fool to move to Barcelona in their present position.
Well, I agree. But listen, if that happens, then they've been rumored to be interested in Paqueta as well. It's going to be a very, very tough race. Roy, do you think we can compete with Man City?
Financially, we probably can, but we both offer the same amount of money. He's going to go for Champions League, unless he's going to go for the old romance thing and his partnership with Bruno. I've got a feeling he's coming.
You think he's coming?
Yeah, I think he's coming. Gut feeling, hopefully.
Ian, good evening.
Dream.
Yeah. Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I just thought I'd jump on. I've just been to my father-in-law's for a little bit of a barbecue, and I thought I've just had just enough beers to be allowed to come on here without swearing a lot.
Well, that's fair enough.
You see what Mason's good on.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Not looking too awful. You can jump us at any point, mate. No worries.
It's over the button.
I can't have cursing around me.
No, Dublin Dave's on he's on a new. He's turned into a monk.
Yeah.
No comment.
What do you think of Paqueta then, Ian? Is it someone who would excite you?
Yeah, well, I obviously I first heard the rumours of Paqueta, which were rumours, obviously, before we went for Bruno, but they were, I think, through Sean Casey, who gets, for me, a lot of people don't like him, but he gets more right than wrong. He's good friends with the Loaded lads, and he seems to.
Ian.
Yeah,
I'll stop you there.
Are we having an argument about this, Paul?
Well, that's why Billy's looked like he's had a heart attack.
It's all right. Billy's my mate. Billy's my mate, and you're allowed to disagree with your mates, aren't you, Billy?
Getting more right than wrong.
No comment. So anyway, that's the first I heard of it, and then from there on, obviously, nothing. And then it was just loads of people, different ITKs saying he's definitely going to come next week, and that's like 9 months ago now, isn't it, or whatever it is. And but I think this one sounds more realistic. I've seen it in several places where I would imagine that it's got some credence. So I would say yes. It looks like we're interested, but there's no bid put in. So until that happens, it's still just an interest as far as that, unless you can tell me something different.
Like I said in the video today, it is reported that we are going to push for Paqueta.
Yeah.
Now, whatever that means is, we just have to wait and see. But it is a lot more positive than what it has been in the past.
Can I ask you, Paul, at this stage, would you rather now that it sounds like we're going to go for Paqueta, if we were to go for Paqueta and Maddison, who would you rather have?
I think Paqueta's a better player. I think Paqueta's a better player, but Maddison's Premier League proven, isn't he? So
yeah, exactly. Really.
You know what? I may upset people here, but I'd rather have Maddison.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of James Maddison for many a season now, and when we were first linked with him, I thought, get in. You know, we're getting a quality player here. Yes, Paqueta is an outstanding footballer, but Billy alluded to it as well. Maddison has Premier League experience, and so
I agree.
He's a diving fucker, though.
Paqueta only got 15 goal contributions, which is still amazing from midfield, but it is 5 fewer than Maddison technically. So
no, I completely agree with everything you're saying, but then I just look at it and I think Maddison's played for England once, which is probably more to do with the manager being.
That's what.
I'm not swearing. I'm not swearing. There's probably more to do with the managerial style of our England manager, but Paqueta's got 30 caps for Brazil. Do you get what I mean? So, like, my thoughts are 33. Sorry, yeah. Who said 33 then? You tiny
Take a guess.
Come on.
Hiya, Alex. I couldn't see you for the bright white light that's coming out of your face.
I know. I've got Jesus behind the camera.
It's like he's rising from the dead, isn't it?
So if you're playing for Brazil 33 times, then I just sort of think to myself, and people say, now I don't take anyone's word for it, but people say he's better than Bruno. Well, I think Bruno, from what I've seen, and I might be being black and white eyed here, not that I should say that actually. But I might be seeing it through rose-tinted glasses, but I think Bruno's the best midfielder in the Premier League at the moment.
Wouldn't disagree with you.
I think he's probably one of the more complete midfielders. I think he can do more of everything than anybody else. I think that, yeah. I don't think he can pass as well as De Bruyne or, but he's got more of everything, if that makes sense.
Well-rounded.
Look, it excites me, but Paqueta or Maddison would be an incredible signing.
You've got to remember that Paqueta's not even 25.
How about Paqueta or Colback?
Well, that's a very tough question, Dave, to be honest.
But in the context
by the way, guys, I know there's people waiting to get on, so we will try and get you on in a bit. Just hang on in that green room. We've got Icelandic, Geordie, and Zach.
Yeah, I'll disappear to make space for people.
Just shut up. I'm the host. I will decide. Jeez, honestly,
I've got a bit of a theory though, Paul. Before we go any further,
a theory.
Earlier in the window, earlier in the window, there were kind of paper reports saying that Leon had reduced the price for Paqueta, even though it weren't linked as such. 34.5 million or whatever. And then we went in for Maddison, and I wonder if the Maddison thing's a smokescreen to force Leon to sell Paqueta. I do wonder.
There's a lot of that theory going around,
but there's a lot of that probably goes on in football every day, doesn't it? And we've got some clever people working at Newcastle United now, so it's not without cause, to be honest. It's who's just went there.
Ian,
yeah, he's got a dodgy connection.
I want to finish my last point just because people keep talking about Maddison. For Paqueta to already have 33 Brazil caps, this isn't just international caps, this is 33 Brazil caps. He's not even 25. That is ridiculous. When you consider who is in midfield and sort of attacking sense for Brazil, that is outrageous. 33 caps, not even a PK yet. That is disgusting.
Yeah. It is. James says exciting news about Paqueta keeps us on edge. We'll all be glued to Sky Sports News over the upcoming days. I'm heading down to London tomorrow, right? And I just know the fact when I'm on that train, something is going to break. So I'm going to have to do a video on the train. It is bound to happen.
YouTube shorts.
Yeah, well, I'll try and do a proper one. To be honest, I'll have my MacBook.
What's that door though, Paul? It opens any time. You can be doing anything in there, and it always opens, doesn't it? That door. Yeah. I'm not going to be doing it on the toilet, Billy. I'm going down first class, don't you know? I'm in the posh end of the train. No toilets in the posh end. Wow.
Shut up. Anyway, Icelandic Geordie, good evening. Hawk calling Mawson.
Can you hear me now, Bobby?
Hello. Hello? No, he's got a terrible, terrible connection. So we'll bring Ian back. I don't know what's going on there, but there's some dodgy connections going on by the looks of things tonight. By the way, those that don't know, Newcastle United have had to change the strip for the game at Brighton because of a clash. Now, the 3 different shirts that Newcastle United have apparently are not good enough, and they have had to change. Now, the one they're changing to is a one-off, and it is, I haven't got a picture of it, actually. I forgot to upload it, but it is a beautiful shirt. And has already caught the eye of a lot of Newcastle United fans. Whether it goes on sale or not is a different question. I must say that I got an email from Castoria today saying that the silver training shirt I've ordered has been delayed, and it won't be shipped until at least August the 16th. So well past the release date, but you know what? That's Castoria. However, on the subject of strips, right? I have. Oh, Alex has just uploaded it. Sorry, so I'll put it on the screen now. There it is.
Oh, I mean
that's getting that. That's simply beautiful. It really is. It is simply beautiful. You know, St. James's Park in the background there on the shirt, and you know, to be honest, I'd have probably preferred that over our blue shirt, if I'm being openly honest. But there you go. That is it. That is what we'll be wearing at Brighton on Saturday. So, you know, exciting times. Now, on the subject of strips, I was, you know, just hovering through the internet today, as I normally do, looking at different football stories and things like that. And I came across a shirt. One of them I've bought because it's just beautiful. And the other one is a sort of pre-launch shirt. It's not out yet, but it is coming out. And the football club involved are Loch Ness Football Club. And I think they have got one of the sexiest and nicest home shirts that I have ever seen in my life. Now, there has been quite a few people done YouTube videos on this, gone and visited the club, etc. And the actual shirt, I've got them, so I'll show you them now. This is the one I've bought, which was the away one. And I just think that's just gorgeous.
That's lovely, yeah.
And I just love the way
that says Doc Flag to me. I fucking hate it.
Did you buy this black and gold one too?
Yeah, well, this is the one that I'm going to purchase, and this one I think is one of the nicest football shirts I have ever seen.
Oh,
yeah, I like that.
That's like the Venice one. They've okay. I'll be
the monster
quiet.
the monster on the sleeves. Look.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's really, really nice. And I watched a video on it earlier on today. They have massive shirt sales because over the last 4 or 5 years, they have released gorgeous shirts and one of the highest selling non-league football teams for replica kits. Just incredible. Absolutely beautiful.
That
shirt.
second one is definitely just like the Venice away copy.
Oh,
shirt,
look,
though.
there you go. Let's just put a big boot into the non-league team who happen to sell thousands of these shirts. But the Grim Reaper, bloody Alex, you know, comes. Well, how do you know that team didn't copy off Loch Ness?
He's turning into John Sinclair with Italy. Like it's always Venice this, Venice that.
I tell you, he's on serious raw meat. That.
There's no monsters in the canals of Venice. There's no monsters in Loch Ness either, but still.
Well, I don't know, Billy. I don't know.
John Sinclair might be there.
I bet there's a few monsters in there after a few nights out. You want Dublin?
John Sinclair would be over there in Venice, and his monster would be in the water.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a family show, Dave. Behave, or you will be thrown out.
Sorry.
Behave yourself.
The word's gondola, Dave. Gondola.
Yes, gondola. Yeah. Also, if anybody hasn't seen or missed the show last night, we showed you a preview of the shirts that the Toon Review hosts will be wearing on deadline day, or hope to be wearing. I think Susan's getting them ordered once we get confirmation, but that is the shirt that we will be wearing. So we are not in the know. So that will be hilarious if we can get that. If we can pull them off for deadline day, it will be fantastic. Travoy says Dieng has good potential. On the Barcelona situation, what the hell is going on with that corruption? Would anyone else like to speak up about Barcelona right now? Because it is doing my head in. King of Qatar, are Barcelona a big club over there?
Well, people here are a bit plastic, so they switch. They go with whoever is winning. I think, Ryan knows. It's probably the same.
A bit like French Canadians.
Yeah.
You wish that was me.
It's the same. It's the same in the Middle East, North America, and Southeast Asia. They all follow winning teams. So somebody will be with Milan this year. The next year he's with Man U, and the year after he's with Barca.
That's right.
I think they're playing with fire. They're trying to catch up with Real Madrid now, and they've done that. They sold the TV rights for 20 years or 25 years. And they'll probably spend that whole money in 1 year, and that'll probably take them up to a small level. But then they've lost that revenue for the next 25 years. I think in football, 100 million in 10 years is going to be like spending 20 million now.
Yeah,
and they've overquoted data, Roy, as well. They've overquoted what they should have actually asked for it, so they've received more money than what's coming in. Which had that been a Mercy out or I don't know, Sporting Gijón, Tony Adams' old team, they'd have been relegated to the third division.
You know what? I always used to follow them as a kid just because of the name, and they used to play in this dark purple strip, and I just used to love the Sporting Gijón, and I just. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. I always used to sort of follow them as a kid. Who's gone now? Ian again. I'll tell you what, his internet's Icelandic Geordie, can you hear me?
He's loading.
Sun's disappeared. Oh, no.
Can you hear me now, Bobby?
Newcastle calling Reykjavik.
That's gone.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening. God, Billy, is that your audition for the Eurovision, mate? Stu says if we sign Paqueta, it's a huge statement of intent, and other clubs would definitely take notice, give them something to cry about. Steve says the Paqueta deal has been quiet for a while. Now, Arsenal and Tottenham will link with him, then nothing. Only a handful of people really know what's going on. Exactly. But look, we always said over the summer on this channel that we would only talk about players that appeared in the media and were linked. And that's exactly why I did the video today on Paqueta, because I think it's fantastic. It just, for me, it just puts out that we are trying to improve. That's the main thing that I've got from this. And Jack, as long as we see the club trying to improve and bringing players in, that's what we want to see. We want to see them busy in the market.
We do, and I think we've we made one statement to a lot of clubs battling with AC Milan with Botman. So that's a huge statement, getting some big players in. But yeah, that's defence. We really need. Yes, we got a good midfield, but I think Paqueta just adds that bit more higher percentage to our complete Newcastle. I think if we can get him, go get him. I'm not complaining about that, but it does make huge statements to teams like they're not messing about here. But also, on the other hand, it does make statements to other clubs saying we'll just raise the price because it's Newcastle, but we're not really on that in a minute. But it's good that we're making intent to other clubs saying this is our intent, this is what we want. So we're not afraid to go out and get them. But at the minute, we are being too careful and we are taking strategies. But there's no harm in doing that. But we've got to take a risk once or twice.
We do, yeah, absolutely. Zach, good evening. No.
Hello, Zach.
I don't know what's going on. Honestly, it's falling apart. The world is falling apart. Foxy says linked to Maddison last week, so the fans called Maddison better. This week, linked to Paqueta, and the fans called Paqueta better. Predictable. Well,
No, Paul's frozen as well.
Now Paul's gone.
I mean, I agree with Billy, to be fair. I think one's got Premier League experience and one hasn't. They're both different, but...
Are we all back?
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, you're back.
What the hell happened there?
There you are.
Newcastle are now looking at Ramos from Benfica as a striking option. Interesting. Interesting. Maddison would have got more assists if Vardy played more last season. Probably. Understand, Paul, that you like Maddison more, but English players are very overpriced. Paqueta can do the same as Maddison and more. Possibly so. I guess time will tell on that.
I mean, Leon
we just have to wait and see.
Vardy up front, and Vardy is outrageous when he plays. He scores from anything.
Did you see, Mason, did you see Maddison's corner kick the other day against Brentford?
I didn't see it.
Absolutely.
So I was just laughing at Man United getting beat. That's all.
Well, everybody laughs at Man United getting beat now. It's a done thing now where Man United don't get beat start getting beat every week. And I mean, as for Danielle, she was very upset about Manchester United losing, as you can expect. But brilliant. Carlos has thoughts on Paul's favorite player, Cody. He's dead to me.
He just killed his career.
Connor Cody is dead to me, and I listen. Some idiot messaged me to say, "Well, he's a boyhood Everton fan." No, he's not. He's a boyhood Liverpool fan. And
he's gonna get the Rafa treatment.
Yeah, but the fact that he's gone to those absolute shit
stains, he's a reverse Jamie Carragher.
Yeah, I mean, I can't understand the move. I can't. I mean, yes, he's going back to sort of Merseyside, fair enough. But Christ on a bike, man. Going to them lot. I mean, they haven't exactly got the fastest defence now, have they? I mean, Billy, you alluded to it last night. They've got Tarkovsky, they've got Connor Cody, and they've got, shame on him, Coleman, And it's like, honestly, I can't. I really hope they go down. I really do.
They've got that Onana now, haven't they?
What's his name?
He's in midfield.
Onana.
See what we did there?
What's
See what we did there? Billy, we were right on it straight away there, but nobody seems to have realised that we just cracked off a brilliant joke there. But it doesn't matter.
His first name's Amadou, which is like kind of Amadou, do, which kind of apple shake the tree, Amadou. So you take your pick, Rihanna or Black Lace?
I like a bit of Black Lace.
Or Rihanna in Black Lace.
Oh. I didn't want to say it.
Richard says, don't get this proven Premier League player. Nobody had heard of Bruno last year, and neither had he been anywhere near the Premier League. Seems to have settled in fine.
If we do get Paqueta, do you think Eddie Howe would do the same thing he did with Bruno and he's doing with Botman now? Do you think he'll slowly bring him in?
Yeah.
Because he's not Premier League proven. Do you think he'll do
that with everybody, to be fair? I think Burns the only one that got the exception because our left-sided centre-backs were absolutely woeful.
And Burn was already in the Premier League, to be fair.
Chris Wood.
Well, Chris Wood, because everybody else was, broken.
I mean, Chris Wood was just a freaking disaster.
He wasn't broken, but played like he was.
Chris Twigg.
Sorry, Roy.
I know, Roy. I keep forgetting. You're on the show, and I'm sorry, man. I don't want to bring you heartache and stuff like that, knowing that you're such a close friend of Chris Wood. George, thank you very much for £5 super chat. He says, sorry, I have to leave early. Until next time. That's fine, my man. David, good evening. He says, feels like the question is, Maddison or Paqueta better than Longstaff?
Oh, yeah.
That's not even in question, to be honest. Troll says, Connor Cody has betrayed Paul by going to the Scouse Mackhams. Connor who? My thoughts exactly, Billy. Smoke screen. I really don't want Maddison, says, Dublin, you don't want him either.
I don't like the diving. He just really annoyed me when he was playing against us with all the dives, and I don't like that in a player. I know it is a tool, I get it, but I hate it.
Well, he didn't dive once on Sunday.
It was one game.
Well, Lascelles wouldn't have his leg sticking out, was he?
Yeah.
To be fair, if Lascelles sticks one of them stupid big bloody pillars of his out, he's... Oh,
to be fair, I agree with him. I've said this multiple times on shows before that we're going to build a winning team anyway. I'd prefer we had a team of N'Golo Kantes than Sergio Ramos. I'd prefer we had likable people who were just winners instead of people who we had. We don't want, like, when they won that Champions League final when he basically judo through Salah and broke his shoulder. I don't want to win a cup like that, because every other fan base will disqualify it, and just we want to win because we're the best, and that would be nice.
Emma says, how much do you think Newcastle have left to spend if they buy Paqueta and that young striker? I think that'll be it. I think we're done. Unless something crops up on deadline day where there's somebody that we just cannot refuse. It'd be pretty much done, I would say. Although they possibly still might want to cover the right-hand side of midfield. I mean, look, Paqueta can play there. We know that. So can Maddison, to be honest. But Maddison is more of a sort of right central, but as Alex has shown on many different stats that he's shown up, that he can play there. And indeed, Alex, he did play there a few times for Leicester last season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, both him and Paqueta would free up a 4-2-3-1 as a better option. We can't really play that at the moment. I mean, we can, but we've tried Maxi behind the striker. Yeah, it's a little weird. As is Miggy. They both work to a level, but we don't want it to work to a level. We just want it to work. So, yeah, they're both of them are very flexible players. They can play wide right. They can play right-sided 8 in a midfield 3. They can play as a 10, but both of them can play similar roles. They're not going to be out-and-out wingers, but, I mean, Miggy's not been an out-and-out winger. Look at Miggy's role. He's sort of doing an inside forward, floating everywhere. We don't need them to be out-and-out wingers. The out-and-out wingers he's looked at have been on the opposite side, and he's looked at Harrison and players like that. So that's, a completely different side.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've got options there. That's the thing. Paul Sales, we've got options now. If we're looking, I mean, Jack Harrison's gone very, very quiet as well. But I suppose this is what happens with Newcastle United, isn't it? 1 minute the names are rolling in, and the next it goes very quiet, and the next thing we know, a player's in for a medical.
Yeah, be honest, you just don't know who they're going to get until the news comes out. So best thing to do is just hope for the best, and they know what they're doing. Yeah, they've got all the scouts. They know who they're going for. Yeah, so hope for the best.
I just seen a comment as well. Like, don't forget, we still have a loan market to hit.
Yeah. And I do think they still might bring a loan deal in. They spoke about that many times. So we've still got that option. Stephen says, breaking news on Sky Sports, Man United have just asked Shola Amiobi to come out of retirement. Be a good signing for them.
Payment apples.
Yeah. Chris says, third kit is white and Brighton playing blue and white shirts with white shorts and white. Listen, I don't get it, right? I don't get it. Somebody put a comparison up of our third kit alongside Brighton's, and indeed our black and white kit alongside Brighton's. Now, you have a serious problem if you can't work out which players are playing for you with those colours. It is crystal clear as day, and it's just a farce. But I don't mind them having to play in that shirt because, I quite like it, to be honest.
I think that shirt really actually clashes more than the other ones.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
bizarre.
got more blue. It's got more light blue on it.
There you go. Stu says, Newcastle Blue Star have the sexiest shirt. Theirs is very nice because they've still got the blue star on the front, of course. Foxy says that's basically LAFC shirt. No.
Oh yeah, that looks like it as well.
LAFC stole it off Loch Ness, right? Mm-hmm. I'm defending little Loch Ness Football Club here, and I'm not going to have it, right? It is a wonderful shirt, a wonderful design, and I am adopting Loch Ness as my little non-league team now. There you go, and I'll be following Loch Ness from now on.
What about
Gateshead? To put that out there. Sorry.
What about Gateshead?
No, I'm going for Loch Ness because I feel like the dodginess and the shocking statement that you came out with earlier, Alex, about just trampling on a little non-league team who are just trying to bring in funds by designing fantastic.
I'm not trampling on it. It's a brilliant business model.
You trampled on it again when just.
It's a brilliant business. Go back when Nigeria released that World Cup kit. It was really, really, really clean. Everybody loved it. Bunch of clubs tried to go.
By the way, Ian, if you keep sticking that thumb up at me, I'm going to ram it where the sun don't shine. I know you're there.
It's admirable. They get money. It works.
I think my missus must have been doing something on the internet upstairs or something. I don't know.
Ian literally looks just like him. Goatee, the hair.
Right. Ken says, "Can you tell Aaron, man wants him? It's his brother." Who's Aaron?
That sounds like a bot comment.
Yeah,
a scam.
Ken Charlton did make a.
He was doing it on John's yesterday.
Oh, Ken was. Oh well, okay. Ken, you're bell end. There you go. Good man, Dublin Dave can never beat the Irish banter. Sure, we are great. Crack. Dan says, easier to prove the existence of the Loch Ness Monster than the existence of Steve Bruce's book of game plans. Absolutely. On the volley says, that Loch Ness shirt, the black one, is mint. I don't like the Venezia one. Sorry, Alex.
It's the same shirt. How can you not like one but the other?
It's not the same shirt.
Doesn't have
it isn't the same shirt. If you look, Alex, you're wearing glasses, right? Have a look at both shirts. They are not the same. Loch Ness has a much better design on it, right? It's a much better design. And why the hell would you stick up for pasta-eating pricks either? I mean, come on.
They're not in
Sinclair
Milan.
does that every freaking day.
To be fair, I actually... Venice are an interesting one at the moment. They seem to be, not us, but they're getting picked on by a lot of the bigger clubs in Italy, and they've struggled with some broadcasting right issues.
Well, hang on.
Is it a bat?
Sorry, I was just looking for that shit that I give. V says, oh my God, I'm going to go blind with comments tonight. You are. Alex, no more sticking up for Italy, right? We've got Sinclair to do that. Just big up the little Scottish team, you know?
They're already not qualified for the World Cup. They're already down and out. It's
Loch Ness?
Well,
Loch Ness don't even have a bloody stand. Joey says, still don't know how Everton can spend money. Well, they've got away with this one, I think, because it's a loan deal. So, I mean, Roy, were you shocked that Conor Cody went to Everton?
I think so, but he's going to be a plus for them, so it might help them stay up.
Yeah.
It'll probably take them a year or two to fix their finances again, and then I'm worried they'll stop climbing up the table again. But hopefully they go down this year. That'll be it.
I hope they collapse.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't know how they managed to get away with it, to be honest. It's crazy.
Sorry for interrupting. I think Cody could be a really good move for them, unfortunately. Because they're going to play, if they're going to play with three at the back, he's ideal. And they've just.
Where's the pace, though, Ian? That's the thing. Where's the pace? Yeah,
but he's well, as you know, I know you don't love him anymore, but he's a decent defender. They're not gonna tear up the league, but they're not gonna with three at the back and Cody at the back as well. They're not gonna concede as many goals. So
Alex is literally bursting again at that comment, by the way, and I actually agree with him.
Godfrey, Cody, Tarkovsky. That is not as stable as people think.
Ben Godfrey's out for a long time, though, Alex, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's out as well. Oh God, God knows.
Yerry Mina.
Alex's face is so white that I can't tell anything that he's saying, to be honest, because I'm on my phone.
It's a good thing hearing isn't linked to colours.
Back at your spoons. Charlie, the Leicester fan, really does not want to have Tielemans. He says, if you're still looking for players in a couple of weeks, would the Toon Review be happy with a bid for 2 lemons? Yuri Tielemans. Less than a year left on his contract, and we've got to get rid.
He's so lazy.
I mean, yeah.
He's so good, but he's also so lazy. It's horrible.
He is. Jason says the Barca TV deal is bought by a company they part own. Pure frauds. Yeah, that has got to get looked into, surely. Surely. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like Šeško going to bloody Leipzig as well. I mean, come on. Ryan, what's your thoughts on these absolute crazy goings on?
It'll eventually bite them in the
regarding
arse.
Barca, I feel like they're being bailed out because of the Spotify deal that they just got. Oh my god, my mind just drew a blank. What was the other thing we just talked about?
Leipzig.
Well, please, you
Oh
listen
yeah,
instead of
Leipzig.
watching
Yeah,
pornography.
Red Bull. Yeah, fuck. I just hope there's never like some Red Bull club that goes to England, like starts from the absolute bottom and makes their way up. I think they'd be a hated fan base too, because
Right, Ryan. Someone said the other day, why don't we just buy Red Bull? Which would be really funny, and see how that went down.
I mean, that is not a bad shout. That's quite funny.
Yeah.
Majority shareholders in Red Bull.
The
and
thing
then
is, I said a comment yesterday.
the clubs are a separate entity. To be fair, it's not.
Red Bull
It's far more interesting.
I think Salzburg, like they win titles all the time in Austria.
Yeah,
but, like
they
in
do.
terms of Leipzig,
Yeah, because it's Austria. The next best team is.
Well, no, New York too. Like other than that, like Leipzig, they're just almost a selling club because they can't compete with Bayern. They just sell their like Sabitzer, like other players to Premier League or clubs like that.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is, though. I think with Leipzig, they've done a lot over the years in growing the club, in stadium, etc. And they were believed to be the next challengers to Dortmund and Munich, and it's gone slightly sour for them over the last few years.
Yeah,
obviously, like Ryan's just said, the players have moved on. But could you imagine, PIF taking over, buying out Red Bull, and then the Red Bull Formula One team had a black and white Formula One car? Whoa. Tremendous.
Get him, Max.
I almost feel like Red Bull.
We'll get rid of
Verstappen. Like scouting networks too. Like you look at Tyler Adams, he goes from New York Red Bull there, and then to Leipzig, and then stuff like that. So it's just used to connect players.
And then
to, like,
Leeds, the well-known Red Bull English club. Yeah.
Don't get me started on
absolutely
criticism.
Do you know what I like about
Jules says, Ken, stop spamming duplicate comments. I've just blocked him, Jules, because he's basically a twat. So he's gone, and not to return to the Magic Kingdom. Evening all, whatever happens with the signings, I'm one happy Toon fan. Credit to our new owners. What's going on with everyone's internet tonight? I think it's the heat. It must be melting the cables again. Foxy says, fans in general, Paul, I know you've always rated Maddison. I have indeed. He's one of those players that I have over the years followed. Speaking of corners, Forest's against us was laughable. Yeah, we showed you that last night. Not one single Forest player anywhere in the picture. And just, I'll never, ever understand that, to be honest. I don't know what they were trying to do. Steve says Newcastle might have turned the tables and now playing Leicester against Lyon. Ooh.
Possible.
Interesting. Southampton will go down this year, says Ada. Geordie Howayman says, just think we could be discussing players released, loans, etc. in the Championship. Yeah, exactly. This time last year, we were... What, Billy?
He's always watching something.
Rangers 3, St. Gilloise 0.
Well, thanks for concentrating on hosting the show, Billy. It's honestly,
current affairs. You've got to keep your nose in.
Well,
Rangers is a bit of a stretch for current affairs, isn't it?
Billy, your day's off tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Dan says, Paul, tell us how you really feel about Everton, please. Stop holding back. I absolutely despise the skip rat, mud-fested pit of shit that they are, right? I hate them. Paqueta is far better than Maddison, says Matthew. You can't say that because, Matthew, have you actually watched Paqueta every week? I doubt you have, unless you live in Lyon. But, it's...
Just ask Steve Machali, watches every game possible.
Yeah, he does. He literally has football on the screen 24/7.
It's like being a security camera room.
I know. Nobody had ever heard of Bruno. He was a Brazilian international. Well, I'd heard of Bruno. 100% I'd heard of Bruno. Ian's gone again. Mason, had you heard of Bruno? Mike's off, Mason.
What was the question again?
I can't remember.
Had you heard of Bruno?
I heard the Sasha Baragona one.
Oh, nah.
It's Bruno.
You hadn't. Jack, what about you?
I actually haven't. I don't really pay attention to League One, so I don't really pay attention there. I don't really know about him.
Interesting. We're joined by Mr. Proudlock. Good evening.
Hello.
How are you doing? Had you heard of Bruno, Peter?
Of course.
Exactly. I mean, look, Maddison for me. It's hard. I guess I wouldn't mind either one of them if I'm honest. And that's talking from where we were this time last season. We're now a year later. We're talking about Paqueta or Maddison when we were talking about Hamza Flippin Chowdhury 12 months ago.
The thing is, Paqueta is that much quality. He will definitely crack it in England, just like Bruno did.
Both.
Yeah.
Well, both would be superb. Both would be sensational.
God, can you imagine them two in front of Bruno and then have Joe Linton just floating? I don't know. Oh my God, we could change formation slightly. That would be disgusting.
But we'd have options to go different formations, different games, wouldn't we? It wouldn't be, Eddie.
That starts looking like Man City sort of stuff then. If we've got that much in rotation, that's pretty stupid.
Indeed. Stephen says, will it surprise anyone if the Premier League deduct points from Everton once they are safe so that they don't get relegated?
Nope.
Roy, what do you reckon?
It's a big risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big risk. Well, how many points would it be? 12? Or how many points was Derby deduct? I think 20 points, was it? Derby?
It'll be one less that they need to get relegated with, you can guarantee it.
Yeah.
So, I don't trust them at all.
You know what it is? I think they should be deducted over 360 points, and then they'll end up in the conference or the non-league football. But send them to the bottom.
Do Rangers on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Send them to the bottom of the football and have to work their way back up. Send them into League Two.
League. Make them play Loch Ness.
Well, Loch Ness would turn them over. Come on, the Nessies!
Come on.
Wow, George Hayes, thank you for your $100 super chat, mate. That is really, really kind. Thank you so much. Great work, guys. I had not heard of Bruno until we were interested. Too close to call between Maddison and Paqueta, both great players. A good point. Who would be upset if we signed? I mean, if we signed Maddison over Paqueta, who's going to be upset about it?
No.
Dublin. Obviously, you've got a vendetta against Maddison, but
I don't like divers.
Right, but does Maxi?
Tom Daly's lovely.
Does Maxi dive? Does Almiron dive? Does Bruno dive?
Not like Maddison.
Oh, come on.
Honestly, how can you remember when they died? Because we never attacked the third under Steve Bruce.
Well, that's a very good point.
We never attacked the second or the first either. It was.
I can't remember any of our players diving.
You watch Bruno very carefully, right? As soon as he gets the ball, and especially in the defensive part of the pitch, he feels a slight little nudge, and he's down, right? And he did it loads of times against Forest. He's done it plenty of times since he signed for us. And I'm not complaining about it because it wins us a free kick and it eases the pressure that's on us.
Depending on who it is.
I know it's a tool and I see the logic, but I just don't like it.
Depending on who it is, it's either buying a free kick or it's diving, isn't it?
But,
Michael Owen's
Eddie
a diver.
could turn around and say, don't dive. Eddie could be, say, he could say, look, if it's a genuine, if you feel a nudge and you go down, fair enough. But any crazy dive and like no touch and you throw yourself to the floor, you'll be disciplined because I don't like that kind of football.
Yeah.
Eddie could say that.
Diving and exaggerated contact.
Yeah. John says 50 pence in a canny bag of Tudor. Do you know what Southerners used to do my head in with that? I used to go to at Christmas, visit me uncle and auntie down there. They used to live in Bracknell in Berkshire. And every time we went for a drink and they heard the Geordie accent, they used to go, oh, canny bag of Tudor. Did me head in. did me head in. V said, had words with me son over this and all. I'd rather have Maddison. He wants Paqueta, but really either is fine as they're way better than what we already have.
Exactly.
I just think I'm sorry, but I've got into my head when I saw those reports earlier on today about Paqueta. I just saw Bruno, Joe Linton, and Paqueta in the midfield three, and
The Samba midfield.
Yeah, one of them scoring an amazing goal at the Leazer's end, and then just the three of them in a row start samba dancing, and the whole of the Leazer's end gets up and copies what they're doing.
Doing this,
or even better, the Stretford end.
Well, the Stretford end, yeah, that would, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I just think either one of them, and I'm not being picky.
One thing people aren't mentioning is their international. It might be good for Paqueta wanting to choose us because of his international career, because it looks like Bruno, apart from Fabinho, well, he's got Fabinho and Casemiro, but Bruno's younger, so he potentially is going to be that six for Brazil. So if Paqueta is in the same team, it kind of makes sense for it. It depends how much he values his international career. But it is an extra piece to think about, whereas Maddison's not got that theoretically, because we're not known for, getting that many call-ups from the Northeast, realistically.
Indeed. Archer, good evening.
Good evening.
It's grown back. It's what design are you coming back with this time?
Well, the beard.
No, your nasal hair, you divvy. Of course, I mean the beard. Jesus.
I reckon I might bring back the handlebars again.
That sounds quality. Right. Turning to another Brazilian, Mr. Joseph Linton. Jack, outstanding performance on Saturday.
Just gets better with every game, doesn't he? I mean, he's literally the midfield. He runs the defensive, partly the attackive. I mean, that run that he went on, I mean, Jesus Christ. If he scored that, contenders for the goal of the month, then that would have been either 3 contenders for the goal of the month already in the first game.
Yeah.
So he just gets absolutely better there every single game. Bosses the midfield about, doesn't take any crap. And he's just a phenomenal player, and he's literally like a new signing, but for free. So he's amazing.
I mean, look, that goal would have taken the roof off. There's no doubt about it. It would have been absolutely incredible. But again, it just the one thing that was said about Joe Linton was his finishing. But then at the back end of last season, his finishing was fantastic. Peter, you were in the Gallagher when he went on that run, and it would have been an incredible goal. But his all-round play was just incredible, wasn't it? The way he held the ball up, and what I like about him now is he's doing exactly the same as what Bruno does. Bruno receives a ball, he intentionally sticks his back end out to defend the ball and make it very difficult for players to get it off him. And Joe Linton's doing the same, and then he's absolutely putting worldy cross-field balls in now as well, which is just. His game just keeps on getting better.
Absolutely. One person to give credit to help him doing that, Eddie Howe, of course. But he's just getting better and better every game now, isn't he? And there's just no one's really looking forward to facing him in that midfield now, because he just now looks like a machine in that midfield now. And the way he's just holding the ball up better, taking on players he's passing, he just does need to work on that Toon bit now, because he had a glorious chance in the first half, and it was down my end, and he absolutely scuffed it completely.
Chippers is back in the chat with his dodgy sites. Glenn says exactly what I said, blue and white. So somehow we have 3 tops that ain't blue, white, and we have a V. Okay. Loch Ness Army. Damn right, Joey. Damn right, Sunshine. Paul going Loch Ness to find the monster. Mate, I don't have to look for the monster. It's
the
monster. The monster is always with me. Evening, Susan.
You can't call Susan a monster.
Says Premier League don't want us wearing the 3rd shirt because if it looks like Saudi Arabian national shirt. What did you say there?
Has he got one eye?
I'm not even answering that. So you've got to take it a step further. I was being family friendly, and then right, you know, that's disgraceful. Tampa Toon, thank you very much for your $25 super chat. Paqueta, get him done. So he wants Paqueta. Tom says, Paul, instead of singing, let's go down to business on Friday. You need to sing. You will never find a Nessie in the zoo. The Family Ness theme tune. Tom? No. I'm going to buy the third kit right now. Can't wait till the Tyne Bridge is on sale. Tangy says, maybe Ryan Fraser should sign for Loch Ness. He stands next to giants every week. That's a good point. Dan
Burn
you what?
Dan Burn being one of them.
Absolutely. Rachel says, was laughing at the pasta. I didn't say that. I don't recall saying that. I've started a world war with Italy now. Mark's roller pigeons.
They'll run away anyway.
Yeah. And my dad, he's 63, says it's the same home shirt. How Dad, just look at the stripes. Indeed. Wonder if the porn bots are targeted via cookies from the chat participants. Yeah, it could well be.
What's he trying to say?
Well, that you're
I
a porn addict.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who would look at dirty things in this.
You dirty bitch.
Yeah, we're all.
We remember that. Yeah.
I could have said that about that bloody pigeon or whatever that bird shot on us before the game.
Yeah, for anyone that didn't know, Peter got splattered before the game. A pigeon decided to unleash a heavy amount of goo, is what I'll call it, and it just missed us and decided to run all the way down Peter's forearm. So yeah.
It's good luck, though, isn't it? We won the game.
Apparently so. Yeah, we won the game. So there you go. We'll take it. Foxy says, how many games have people watched of Dieng to say he's good? 4 goals his last 32 Marseille games with a red card doesn't do it for me.
I've never seen him, I've got to be honest.
I mean, that's not true, is it? Because he got 7 league goals last season, which is... That maths doesn't add up, surely.
Who knows? Oliver says, question, when are the club going to sell merchandise in the club shop again rather than just Castoria shirts? The club is missing a trick, things such as bed and frame, pictures, bags, glasses, etc. Yeah, that is a very, very good point. You know, they've got like all the Castoria stuff, and then they've got a few like flip-flops and you know, dog leads and stuff like that. By the way, also coming to the Toon Review merch very soon. But you know, as a shop,
I'll have a collar.
You know, yeah, but you don't need it for your dog. I know what you want it for. It's not the same because they're pushing their own brand many times. And you know, where are the tankards? Where are the badges? You know, they're not very easily found in the club shop. They sell scarves and hats and that, but I took last time I think against Cambridge, Phoebe wanted a hat, just a Newcastle United bobble hat. Oh, we don't sell the kids ones. What? I mean, come on. Pathetic.
One word, cause shit.
Yeah, it sounds to me like Castoria have taken over all the club stuff, and I'm hoping that
completely ruined it is what they've done.
They're not taking all the profits, which is possible.
Whoa, Pete, what the hell's going on? Peter, you're on a rave.
No.
The green screen's going ballistic.
Oh, that's back.
Oh, mist rolling in from the sea.
Spacebar said Godfrey broke his leg, didn't he? Yes, he did. He did indeed. Alex has had to go. He actually capital lettered me in the chat.
Yeah.
Can you announce me out, boss man? I just don't. Well, it looks weird. Well, yeah, he's gone. Foxy says back 3 with Tarkovsky, Mina, and Cody is pretty decent. Only issue is Mina is so injury prone that he will struggle to play a full season. Holgate Championship standard. Yeah, but they'll get done for pace, in my opinion. They really will. They'll get done for pace, and I'll be the first to laugh at them, to be honest.
So many teams now are converting these wing-back systems. Like it's weird to see.
Jesus, Barbara, what the hell are you doing?
Too Irish.
Be here all night. Be here all night waiting for this.
Ah, bloody no, you're on there. Why are you sitting in the dark for?
Fucking waiting all night if you didn't let me in.
Well, there's too many people, and I can't get you all in at once, you know.
Fucking hell. It's Jerry Adams here.
We're gonna.
Whoa, hang on, whoa. We've got robotic things going on here.
We're gonna have a situation here.
Oh God, a situation, situation.
Whoa.
Barbara, you sound like Metal Mickey, man.
Another good one.
Sounds like the Autobots are coming to Earth.
Barbara?
Jump out and go back
Barbara,
in.
you'll need to try again. Holy cow. My ears, man. What on earth has just happened?
Where's Ryan gone?
I don't know.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
He's lost the plot, I think.
I almost found my water out.
Where the hell? I've just seen Ian and he's disappeared. I just went to click him on and he's gone.
What is going on?
What the hell's happening with people's internet tonight? Christ on a bike. Anyway. I'm not going to read this out, but I will put it on the screen, seeing as it's after the watershed, from Frank. I think it's safe to say he's quite excited about Paqueta coming in. Simon says Leipzig signed Šeško and loaned him back to Salzburg for the season. Look, there's some dodgy stuff going on there, Billy. There has to be.
Yeah, it's scandalous, and they'll get away with it as well. Imagine a Red Bull Sunderland.
Oh fuck!
Foxy had a comment earlier saying that like Man City do the same thing with like Melbourne, Girona, New York City.
Yeah,
FC.
they do. Yeah,
these corporations, like it's great for players. Don't get me wrong, but like fan point of view, it's a bit
crazy. Absolutely crazy. Christopher says Cody might make Everton a bit better, but they won't be scoring many unless Calvert-Lewin has a stormer this season. Well, Calvert-Lewin's out for a few weeks, so they'll struggle up front. Red Bull Bragantino in Brazil are brilliant with youth players. Tim says if Paqueta comes, I can only see a huge Brazilian flag from the War Flags crew. Absolutely incredible. The atmosphere will be absolutely unbelievable.
Did anyone see that Brazil shirt with the button the way it is in the middle of the?
That kit is a fire.
It's a fantastic kit. Really is a fantastic kit.
Yeah,
absolutely. Bruce says, Paul, bro, would you sell Wood in this window and get another striker in his place? I'd sell Wood to I'd sell Wood to the Eskimos, to be honest. Just send him out into the North Pole Football League or something. You know,
send him out to the Rockies in Western Canada.
The wood chipper.
I think they're just waiting for bonfire night.
Bonfire.
Billy. Jeez Christ. Tim says, remember the French day at the Toon? There's a Brazilian day coming.
Yeah, I remember that.
Kenzie says, Red Bull Loch Ness. Get on.
Oh, Peter, it's all right now then.
Peter, did you see the Loch Ness shirt earlier on?
No, I didn't actually.
No, right. This is the one I've bought.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. And this is the new home shirt, which I said earlier on in the show, I think is one of the nicest football shirts on the planet. It's got the Highlands of Scotland blended in. It's got Loch Ness Football Club written across it. It's got the compass at the bottom, and it's even got the Loch Ness Monster on the sleeves. I think it is absolute quality. And as soon as that is released, and I have now adopted Loch Ness as my favourite non-league team. So I'm sorry, Gateshead have gone. I'm going to
put the home straight back up again. I just want to point out something because I didn't see the monster on it.
Billy, if this is insulting,
no, it's not. It's not. I promise, it's not. No, not that one, the blue one.
Oh,
the home strip. I saw the monster as 100, and I thought, what the hell? Yeah,
I'm looking at that now.
Yeah.
Paul's keeping it 100.
Except the one, Billy, has kind of sharp back on it and big teeth. I initially did think it was 100 because I thought, are they celebrating 100 years of being a football team and things like that, but apparently not. So it is the Loch Ness Monster. And Pete, I'd just like to show you and Archie what we will be wearing for transfer deadline day.
Oh
wow. Archers can't read, so it's pointless. Well,
that was such a delayed reaction.
It was. I mean, it's like Archer's on the moon. He's just way out of it. Well, we've got Ratchet. Good evening, Ratchet.
Hey, good evening, Paul. Good evening, guys. How's everybody?
How are you?
There?
Where are you calling from tonight?
All the way Mumbai, India.
Wow, Mumbai. Are you in your car?
Big up.
Yeah, just came back from work. It's 2
All right.
in the night.
Wow. And what did you think of the performance at the weekend? Has it given you a lot of confidence?
Wasn't it brilliant? I think Joelinton, he is getting better day by day.
Yeah.
And Bruno doing his usual tricks, right? ASM is the man right now. I think in another 6 months odd, he will be the man that we all want him to be. I think the direction that his game is going with Eddie. He is on right track. It takes him a while to set in, I guess.
Yep. I think ASM's going to be one of these players that he's either brilliant or he's not in the game. I just think, look, he is basically the flair player, and we know what flair players are like. Sometimes flair players will be in a game and they'll be out a game and in again. And Roy, ASM is that player, isn't he?
He is. There's some players like that were sometimes frustrating. I remember with Ben Arfa as well. He's brilliant. He's like another Diego Maradona on one day, and doesn't track back. And we used to think he's lazy. And it's the same with ASM. I think Maximin's he's getting better now. I think he didn't like the first few weeks or a month when Eddie Howe came over. I think he used to enjoy the 6 days off a week with Bruce. So he looks fitter now. He's not on his ass as much as he used to be.
Yeah, that seems to be a case. He's a lot more. Listen, I thought he played well on Saturday. I thought he was a threat. He tried a few crosses. He was interacting very well with Matt Target. There was a lot of interaction between him and Miggy moving over to one side each, and it seemed to work because it threw Forrest a little bit. There is still times where I think Maxi needs to release the ball a little bit sooner. There was a couple of times on Saturday I did notice that, Matt Target had made brilliant runs past him and he decided to cut inside again. And again, his shooting is what lets him down at the end when he does that. Jack, it's something he's got to work on is that just that finishing product, isn't it?
It is. It's all good having these skills and all this dribbling attributes, but nothing's really to back it up with because all these wingers you see like Neymar and Messi, they all do these tricky little skills and cut inside and then they shoot. But they've actually got the finish to back it up with. But Maxi tries it. I mean, fair enough trying it. You got to try it. You never know, it could pull off one day. But he needs to focus on that shooting because he knows he's got the dribbling. He knows he's got the skills. But there is certain situations where you can, if you feel like you ain't got it, give the ball to someone else, and then you can get in a position where you think you got it. But he does need to work on shooting a lot more because he knows he's got the skills and he knows he's got the dribbling. So he should be more confident in himself.
Yeah, I think his one-on-ones are superb. Let's be honest. It's when he has shots, isn't it? With not one-on-ones.
Yeah, it is. Yep. It's disappointing. Geordie Metal, thanks for your 20 quid super chat, mate. There's no comment there, but thank you very much, buddy. Oven Chips, who has this obsession with me, says Paul hates Everton and loves Liverpool, along with Spurs, who blocked the takeover. When have I ever proclaimed love for Spurs?
No, he's saying you love Liverpool, the team, along with Spurs, who blocked the takeover.
Well,
which is bollocks. It's bollocks anyway. But
yeah, there you go. Billy said it for us. Take your face for a shit. What about City Football Group? They own a football team in every continent.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, Jake says, "What's all this dating site links?" I don't know, mate. I can't help it. It's bots that come in the chat. It's targeted bots, and all we can do is ban them. And they keep coming back. We'll just keep banning them. It's something that attack the bigger channels, and finally I can say that. Hey ho. Paul Paqueta is a Brazil international. Madison is knit. I think he says not wanted by England. Paqueta is the better player. No, we have a divvy of a manager is what we have for England, and that is why he doesn't get many games for England, because Southgate has his favourites. Ratchet, what do you think about the Paqueta situation? Apparently, we're going to make a push to sign him. Does that excite you as a fan?
Well, but we've been listening to the Paqueta story for all the way since summer now. I think it's Paqueta or Maddison, whoever walks in the door, I'll be happy. It covers my right wing slightly. At the same time, it adds on to the attacking option where we seriously lack. So, Paqueta is a good news, but so is Maddison.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd be happy with either one?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Excellent. Seattle Geordie, thanks for your $10 super chat. He says, sorry, Paul, that blue Loch Ness is the 21-22 season away kit. It's sold out. Well, yes, it's sold out, but I have attained one. So there you go. The new 22-23 away is white and gold. Also, if you did send wood to Loch Ness, the bloody monster would pick at the lake. That's probably very true as well, to be honest. The Loch Ness monster going on a picket. Kenzie says we don't need to watch Paqueta every week to know his class. We can't see a tree fall in the forest, but knows it still falls.
But very profound.
Tim Ditchburn, no relative. Good evening, I hope you're well. He says, Maddison is not wanted by Southgate. That's the difference. Exactly. 100% true. Jake says, what's the chance of us getting both? And then we won't need to compare them. I mean, Mason, how much would both cost us?
I think they're different leagues, different players. That's just my opinion. I would say the top 6 for Maddison, one of the best players in the midfielders in the league. I would say the top 6.
Yeah,
I could say that about Paqueta because I've never seen him, so I don't know what he's like. So he could be, but I've just seen what Maddison is, and he's probably one of the best midfielders. I would say top 6.
Yeah, I mean, Archie, we're talking 100 million for both, aren't we? Realistically.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are. I'd take Paqueta.
You'd take Paqueta, would you?
Right.
Over Maddison.
I'd be happy if we get both.
Am I talking Japanese? Have I not just said?
I really think so.
You're so easy to talk to, Archie. It's just like, I could just sit and talk to you for hours. I mean, I get more conversation out of the wall. Peter, to get them both would be extraordinary, wouldn't it?
Oh, it certainly would be, because they do add quality to the side, and they both pretty much walk in straight away easily. But you're talking definitely well over 100 million to land both of them.
I mean, to be honest, it would be a huge statement of intent, though, wouldn't it? I mean, if we went for the two.
If we were already looking for a kind of a right-sided midfielder, right? And now you're after finding out the news about fucking Shelby. So now they might actually. I'm not saying they're gonna do it, but it would make sense to get two of them. But I don't know how much money we have left for financial fair play.
Even if we have the money, I think. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I said, even if we had the money, I think we would need more reinforcements in the attacker position, because I'm sure Mr. Wood is no good to cover Wilson. So I think it's either one of them, either Paqueta or Maddison, and then we have to cover the position for the striker.
Okay. 100%. Interesting. Right. We're going to wrap it up. So we're going to go with predictions. By the way, did anyone get the prediction right last week?
It was close.
Me, because I wasn't on the show.
Nice try. Well, we'll start off with you, Ratchet. Brighton away.
I think we'd be winning 1-2.
And who's going to score?
I want Joelinton to score one.
Yeah.
So that he gets onto his groove, and I'm sure Wilson is going to get us one more.
I'd be happy with that. Ratchet, thank you for coming on. And take care and we'll speak soon.
Thank
Good
you
night.
very much.
Good night.
Join the next one as well. Good night.
Good night.
Night,
mate. Great guys, Ratchet. Right, Archer. Take your time.
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win. Newcastle.
A 2-1 as well. And who's going to score?
Bruno overhead kick, and
okay. That's a bit. That's a bit.
Oh,
that's a bit
God
out of the blue.
almighty.
Never mind. Okay. Who did he say?
Nick Pope. Nick Pope.
He was like that on mine one time when I was doing it on my show, and then he said Dubravka would score.
Yeah, for anyone that's just new to this fan forum, this is Archer, and he's basically he goes back into his room after the show at the local asylum. So are you sticking with Nick Pope, Archer?
I am going with Nick Pope because he'll hoof it up. He'll hoof it up the park and he'll bounce it over the keeper.
Yeah, good night, Archer. Right. Dublin Dave, let's hear it.
3-1.
3-1, and who's going to score?
Wilson will get 1, Bruno and Joe Linton.
I'll be happy with that. Well, nice to see you, matey. Hopefully get you back on again.
Oh, yeah, I'm a free man again.
So. Nice one.
Yep.
Why were you under the thumb, like, were you?
Well, I was travelling down the country a lot and I'm still getting used to the new job. But so it's crazy busy, like.
Yep, cool. Right, nice one. Speak to you soon, buddy.
All right, that's it. Bye.
Good night,
Dave.
Mason.
1-1 because it'll be a tough test. Just with them beating that shower shit from Manchester.
Listen, exactly. Shower shit in Manchester. We better than them.
I've gone with 1-1, and my goal scorer is hopefully Bruno. And for Brighton, that Caicedo, because he's an absolute quality of a midfielder.
Yeah, he's a good player, good player. Right, thank you very much.
No
we'll
problem.
see you next time, Mason. Take care.
See you, Mason.
See you, everyone.
Jacques.
I'm going with 2-1.
By the way, why aren't you in your studio tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on holiday.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in Greece.
Oh.
Hi, Johnny!
Hey! And what do you think this? Come on then, scoreline, Jack. I think it's. There's Mr. Jack. Look. Go on. What scoreline? He's turned his mic off.
I'm going with Mickey for the first one, and I'm going to go with Wilson for the second.
So 2-0.
No, 2-1.
2-1. Okie doke. Right. Well, enjoy your holiday, matey, and we'll catch you next week.
I'll catch you next week. Thank you.
Good night, mate.
Right. See you.
Mr. Proudlock.
2-1 win. I'm going for
2-1. Yeah.
Yeah. Bruno and Wilson to get the goals.
Bruno Wilson. That sounds like a plan. Thanks for coming on, Pete. We'll speak again very soon, buddy.
No problem, man.
Good night, mate.
All right.
Ryan.
I'm going 1-1.
Go on.
I
Who's
think
going to score?
They're going to be
If
a
you
good
come
team.
out with
Another
a
wing
captain,
back. Another wing back system.
If you'd asked me before the game, I'd take a draw. If you come out with that bollocks, we are past that now as a football club.
No, I like the mentality we have. Let's go and win every game. But I think the draw will just happen. I think Wilson will score and then Mwepo for Brighton.
Yep. Fair enough. Right. We will catch you next week, matey. Take care and enjoy the beavers and whatever else you have for your food over there.
I don't know what's for dinner tonight. Probably chicken thighs and rice.
Chicken thighs and rice with a little bit of beaver on the side. That just doesn't sound right in the UK.
Not with thighs.
No. Take care, mate.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night.
Roy.
Oh, I know everyone's optimistic. Okay, 2-1. We'll win 2-1.
Yeah.
Maxi and Trippier is going to get a free kick.
Kieran Trippier over the wall. I hope so. I hope so.
But I watched them against Man U and they're not easy.
No, they're a good side. Listen, for me, everyone will be going on about, and I've seen this in the comments and on social media, etc. today about everybody be focusing on Lampard against Gerrard and stuff like that. When two of the best tactical English managers go head to head in our game, in Graham Potter and Eddie Howe. So, 100%. But we know what they'll be like. It'll be all or this and that, Everton and Aston Villa and all that bollocks. But never mind. Right, what have you got planned this? Go on.
Oh, maybe Dan Burn as well. You never know. Against his old team as well.
Well, that would be nice. Yeah, definitely. What you got planned this week, Roy?
Thursday is the opening of the Lusail Stadium.
All right,
which is the 80,000. Is going to hold the World Cup final. So it's a game between Al Arabi, which is my team, and against Ryan Twats.
Can you not get them to go and sign Chris Wood?
Not for Al Arabi. I think the other team can have him.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Well, have a good week, mate. We'll catch you next week.
I'll take photos and stuff as well.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. That'd be great.
It's only going to hold 20,000 for that game. And,
why?
It's just it's not really open. So it's like a soft opening for the stadium, and I think they might have a big game sometime September, August.
Right?
No, not August, September, October. It's
Super.
only a couple of months away now.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, 3 months away.
It's rapidly approaching. Right. Well, thanks for coming on. Have a good week, and we'll catch you next week, buddy.
Cheers, lads.
Good night.
Good night, mate.
Right, that is it for the fan forum. Thank you to everybody that's joined us. Sorry if I couldn't get you on. There's been some bugs going around the internet world tonight. There's no doubt about it. But thanks for everybody that's been in the chat tonight and joined in the forum. Thank you to everyone that's super chatted. Fantastic generosity again, guys. It really is. It basically is just turned into a huge big family. We're starting to recognize all the people that come into the chat, and obviously the new people as well joining in, which is brilliant. We have a day off tomorrow. I'm away in London with the little man. Really looking forward to that. Billy's going to put his feet up and snooze and enjoy the heat. It's got to be a scorcher tomorrow. So listen, whatever you're doing, have a great time. We will be back on Thursday. If anything big happens tomorrow, then obviously I'll try and get a video in somewhere to put up on the channel. And then we'll talk about it on Thursday night when we go live. But again, news is quite daily with Newcastle United. That's just the way it is. So as I say, I'll do a video on Thursday if I have to as well. But in the meantime, we will be back on Thursday night for the preview show. We'll also be joined by Chloe, the Brighton fan who joined us last season for the Brighton previews as well. She'll be joining us to give us the Brighton perspective on things at the moment and what she thinks of their start of the season. So thank you, Billy, for your company tonight. Thank you to the Mod Squad for another fantastic job. Thank you to everybody, and we'll catch you back again live on Thursday night. Good night, guys.
Away the lads and lasses.